I'm Analogical. I'm going to share with you a series of videos that decipher the icons on the front cover of the Economist. As many of you are aware, this is owned by the Rothschilds and gives indications of what we can expect for the year ahead. In this part one, I hope to show you what I believe is evidence of a massively royal false flag event that is going to take place in 2018. Which will involve Paris, because we can see under the pyramid there's Paris, and also the yellow books. The first thing I did was I numbered all the icons from 1 to 63, but also realised that the box that they contained in is actually the 64th. Now, in the middle of this we can see a pyramid shape that covers 4 icons and numbers. These icons are a Scottish thistle at 31, a purple bike at 32, a military jet at 33, and a nuclear power plant at 23. In October of 2017, 2 military exercises were held in Scotland. An exercise known as Formidable Shield from September 21st to October 18th in 2017. And Joint Warrior, which was one of the largest of its kind in Europe from October 1st to October 12th. At the very same time that this was occurring, there was an explosion that was reported to have occurred near a power station in Scotland. None of this was made mainstream media. Now, here we've got this link in the middle of this Economist magazine. We've got the Thistle of Scotland, we've got the power station at the top, and we've got the military jet at the side, and in the middle of it we've got a purple bike. It's the only purple icon in the middle of this whole page. If we go back to the 2016 New Year's Eve edition of The Economist, we can see in the left hand corner a rainbow coloured bike, and of course we had the Pulse nightclub false flag event just some months later. Now we can also see that the purple bike is synonymous of Paris. You can see the purple bike bike pass here. The centre of the pyramid has the number 32, which is associated with Scottish Freemasonry, and the colour purple denotes royalty. And it also should be noted that this is the 32nd edition of The Economist. The 63 boxes are contained in the 64th box, which I believe alludes to the UK. The Economist front cover was created in 2017, which was the 64th reign of the Queen, and the 4 corner boxes, which include a rain cloud at 1, the Sick Man of Europe at number 9, which the UK used to be called, 55 is a Brolly, and 63 is relating to Britannia. Also the numbers 4, 5, 9 and the 6 and 5 is 11, so we've got a 9-11 going on there. So next I'd like to look at the icons that are to the left and touching the triangle but just above it, number 22 and number 13. 22 is a handbag and 13 is a rocket. Both these numbers are adding up to 4. Now I am saying that this is a reference to the Europe Space Agency. First thing is, the bag is a Cassini bag. Now if you remember my video on Parsons Green, you'll recall that I pointed out the link between the ESA and the testing of 5G technology, and that I thought the Parsons Green event happened round about the time that the Cassini was said to have crashed into Saturn as its mission. So I'm going to show you in this video the links to the 22 bag and the 13 rocket. I'll show you again the image of the so-called Cassini spacecraft and the picture of the Parsons Green bomb, which I believed that was a crude depiction of this. It happened at the very same time. A Cassini bag was also left at the side of the bucket bomb, which to me is a depiction of the Cassini spacecraft and the involvement of the ESA. They have very cleverly put a bag at number 22, so let's just look at the links to the 22 and the Cassini. The Cassini supposedly have went into the rings, weekly dives, 22 weekly dives into Saturn's rings, which began in April, which is another 4. It's supposedly 22 feet in dimensions, which is 6.7 meters, which is a 13, which comes to a 4. 4 meters wide, reported to have travelled 4.9 billion miles, which equals a 13, which is another 4. Its primary mission was 4 years. It ended up 13 years, which is another 4. So we can see loads and lots of coincidences. There's loads of them. Times it's supposedly bypassed planets, etc. Even the time that it supposedly crashed. Now, I'm not saying that this actual spacecraft did these things, because I've seen the pictures of it, and like I say, it's just about as believable as the Parsons Green bomb. But this is what's being reported, and this is what it's linking to. It's no coincidence that the bag's at 22. The Cassini projection is also linked to the 31, the Thistle, which is also a 4, because the first ordnance maps were created using the Cassini projection, which began in Scotland. So as we can see from this, there seems to be a stage event plan. Includes anything that touches this pyramid, as we've seen by the Cassini Parsons Green event. So other numbers that touch it, and 49, which brings into play the Jesuits, and we can see with the numerology in it that it points to a 4. The reason why we've got the Eiffel Tower and the books is because the Jesuits formed their first church in Paris, the Church of St. Peter's of Montmartre, which is founded by St. Denis. And they've also got links to Scotland. This is why we're seeing the 40 underneath the Scottish Thistle at 31. The Jesuits were reported to have visited Scotland in 1541, with the Scottish mission formed in 1581 for the conversion of Scotland. Famous Jesuit Robert Parsons, who was known for converting printing of books, is why we've got the link to the books, and also the fact that Edward Campion was martyred and Ralph Emerson was sent to prison for trying to smuggle in 2 crates of Robert Parsons' books. So this is why we've got the link to the Eiffel Tower and the books, which is indicative of the Jesuits, and also linking to Scotland once again. And as we can see, 40 and 49 once again touch the pyramid, which means that we're looking at another false flag event in Paris, which will include a link to the Jesuits, as we can see by the yellow in the picture. Right, that's all for this one. I'll catch up with you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Annie Logical. Take care.